beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Today, as always, I have a general reading for you, and as always with a general reading, only take what resonates and leave the rest. It is a timeless message and can be past, present or future depending on where you're at on your healing journey. Spirit will always guide you to a message that you need to hear exactly when you need to hear it, okay? For the ease of channeling, I am going to use the pronouns he, she, but by all means swap them out if they don't resonate for you. Okay, so this is like the second time of trying to record this video. The first time I started, I lit my Palo Santo as normal and I set my smoke alarms on, and as I've come on and I was lighting the Palo Santo again, I heard there's no smoke without fire. So let's go ahead and take a look into that. Okay, there's no smoke without fire. Somebody could be in serious trouble. Okay, there could be something to do with a fire. Maybe somebody's been doing some sort of fire magic, and it's backfired, or it's going to backfire. Okay, so let's take a look and see what message Spirit are trying to get through to us today. What more do you want us to know about this, please, Spirit? Oh, thank you. We have Malachite, prosperity. There's a positive shift in your flow of divine support. Okay. So if somebody is trying to do some sort of fire magic or something against you, you are protected, okay? I think someone's tried to do something. Somebody tried to do some sort of spell work on you or something. Maybe they tried to get you in trouble with the police and it's backfired on them. They realise that someone's realising how protected you are. Moonstone, heightened intuition. Be extra aware of your inner knowingness as it's trustworthy. You know who this person is. There's a person or a group of people that have been... Okay, I don't normally take 4, but I'm going to. Someone's been trying to do some sort of chaos magic. We have watermelon tourmaline. Stress reduction. De-stress your mind, body and schedule as you need to rest, recharge and revive. And then we have emerald. Ceremonies and celebrations. It's a time of important life passages such as weddings, birthdays, graduations or anniversaries. I'm getting spring time of this emerald card because emerald is the birthstone for May. So around April, May time. And I believe moonstone, no, it's opal for October, isn't it? But October could be significant anyway. But what I'm feeling is that somebody did some sort of chaos magic to interfere with some sort of ceremony or celebration to cause stress. They may not have actively done magic. I feel like some of them did, but some of them didn't. Some of them may have just used words. Now, as most of the collective will know, that when you're using words, you're spelling. So you're putting, if enough people gather to gossip negatively about someone or a situation, you're going to send that person or that situation negative energy, okay? On the bottom of the deck, I don't believe that. I just said about opal. I didn't even look at that. Let yourself sparkle and shine. You are guided to be bold and show your bigger than life side to the world. So something to do with October. So you, I've just heard Libra. You could be a Libra. You don't have to be. They could be a Libra. Someone's got Libra in their chart somewhere. Okay. Or you may just have the energy of Libra. Libras, when they're in alignment, are very balanced, and it's the justice, it's the scales. That's why they're showing me Libra. It's the scales. There's justice, something to do with someone was trying to someone, now you're going to have to be careful what you take, because as I've said, it's a general reading. What's going to resonate for some doesn't resonate for everybody. It's not going to apply to everyone. Some of you, someone was doing some magic on you, so if your intuition was telling you that someone's doing spell work against you, then trust your intuition, okay? For others of you, it was purely gossip and people just sending negative intention via their gossip towards you. For others of you, you've got two groups of people. One group of people doing the chaos, doing magic against you, and another group of people just gossiping negatively about you, okay? So you're going to have to put yourself in the group that fits for you, all right? But somebody was trying to, this is to do with your abundance, this is to do with money, resources, finance, family, because I'm seeing the tree of life and I'm being drawn specifically to the roots, but as I go up the tree and the branches are coming off, I'm seeing names. I can't tell you what the names are, but I know their names, okay? But it was something to do, so this could be, for some of you, this could be to do with a family group, okay? Now family can be friends, it can be your literal blood family, it can be your work colleagues, your school, something like that, okay? But what I'm seeing is both groups, whichever side you're on, or whether you resonate with both groups and can put, you know who this is, okay? I do feel that you already know who these people are to you, all right? But they were trying to create chaos in your life because they were trying to, this is to do with your money and your happiness, your stability and your happiness, and that it's got stability at the top at the first, and then the happiness, this is giving the happiness to me, ceremonies and celebrations, okay? But it didn't work because you still came out on top. Because basically, someone or a group of people, or two groups of people, were trying to cause chaos in your life, okay? Basically because they're not happy with their own, and instead of being, cheering on for others, they tried to take it instead of going after their own happiness and finding out what was missing in their lives and using you to inspire them. They just wanted to take it away from you, okay? They didn't see what you did to deserve it, all right? They wanted to destroy your peace, okay? But in destroying your peace, it would have made you unhappy, but it also would have affected like your money, your finances, your home life. And this is what they wanted. But what they didn't take into consideration, they knew you were intuitive. They didn't know how intuitive you were, and they also didn't know how protected you were. They did something and they found out how protected you were. For some of them, this is chaos magic, and it's backfired on them, and they're not. So basically, whatever this was going on, you remained calm, you remained stable, you didn't react in the way that they were hoping, and you came out on top. You came out on top. You managed to, whatever was going on around you, you remained focused. You stayed true to who you are, and like, they're so confused as to how you managed to do that. But I'm feeling like there's been some sort of information or some sort of clarity. Someone tried to gaslight you. Someone tried to gaslight you, or people around you, into believing you were something that you're not. Somebody tried to get you to react. This keeps coming up. This energy keeps coming up. But I feel I feel like I'm missing something. There's a missing piece to the puzzle. Okay, clarity is going to be coming around this missing piece to the puzzle, if it hasn't already. Spirit is saying take a step back. Take a step back. You may want to meditate or do whatever it is. Do something that brings you peace. Maybe get outside if you can, if the weather's nice where you are, and connect with nature, okay? Because there's some information that Spirit is trying to give you about this situation, some clarity that they're trying to bring through, and you're not hearing it. Because I feel like for you, there's been some new information or some sort of clarity, and it's triggered some betrayal within you, and it's triggered it quite deeply, because I feel like this was someone or a group of people that you felt like you should be able to trust, and there's something about them lying to you, but there's also something about being like someone else was lied to about you, and that could be why they were trying to create chaos. They were trying to get you to react in a certain way. They wanted you to flip out. They wanted you to lose control. They told... For some of you, this situation, this group of people on both sides of this are in the same situation. Okay, so for some of you, I'm being shown a school setting, so I'm gonna run with that. Okay, but if it's not, then this could be a workplace setting. So you're going to have to place yourself where it fits, okay? But the setting I'm seeing is specifically a school. And it's like there was this person of leadership within a school who gave you some sort of information or said something to try and get you to react from your shadow. They tried to trigger like the unhealed version of you, because what they'd done was gone around. Let's say that this was a person of leadership. Let's say that this was like a head teacher, a deputy head, or like a senior management or something like that, okay? They told people that you were aggressive, that you were crazy, that you were confrontational, that you were... Basically, that you're not as sweet and innocent as you appear. That there's another side to you, and they're gonna bring it outside, bring it out of you, and prove, you know, what they were saying about you, what they were doing, and then what it did is it turned. So I feel like whoever this is went to a group of people and told them different bits of information to turn on you. But it was all a lie, and you've now found out. But they didn't only lie, but they didn't only lie to this group of people. They also lied to you about this group of people and told you that things were going on that weren't going on. Because what they wanted you to do was get aggressive, get you to be confrontational, get you to kick off. So it showed these group of people, they were trying to set you up. But there's also another group of people that is separate to this situation. It kind of feels like people were coming at you from all angles. But you stood your ground. You remained calm. You remained stable. You disconnected. You knew something was off. And you, instead of kicking off and reacting in the way they wanted you to, you just I'm hearing rage baiting. Okay, someone tried to rage bait you. But instead of reacting, you remained calm, you remained stable, you remained in control of your emotions, and you knew something was off, something wasn't right. You may not have spoken up and actively voiced that something was wrong, but you just distanced yourself from the situation. Okay, if you couldn't distance yourself completely, then you stepped away. You limited your interaction with that person. Okay, for some of you, you've either limited your interaction, or you've completely walked away, depending on the person and the situation. Okay, and your ability to do that, because if this is a workplace situation, you may not be able to have done that. Okay, but there is new information coming out. What I've just heard, what was unseen is now being seen, and this is a gift from the divine. It's a gift from the divine. Somebody has celebration again on the bottom of the deck. You intuitively know, you may not have known what this person's end goal was, but it kind of really didn't matter to you. Okay, you don't need to know. You don't need to know what their end goal is. You just know that their intentions towards you weren't pure and something was off. And you were guided to step away in some form or another. Okay, so that you could hold on. You were holding on to what your intuition was telling you. You trusted and had faith in the unknown, and you didn't need to know why this person was doing it, why this group of people were doing what they were doing. You just knew that you needed to move away, and that is what you did. Okay, but somebody tried to gaslight you out of your intuition, and it didn't work, because they underestimated how, like, you don't thrive in chaos, but you know how to take that energy and transmute it, and transform and transmute it and use it to your advantage. Because when you do that, not only are you benefiting, but people around you are going to benefit from that. You knew that this situation was causing you unnecessary stress, or that when you were around this person or this group, there was a lot of anxiety. Okay, now for me personally, when I feel, and you may resonate with this as well, when I'm around a person or a group of people and I feel like my anxiety is kicking off, it's because those people, that's a sign for me that those people are not healthy for me right now, or that something is off, that someone is not standing in their truth and integrity. So I will distance myself. Okay, temporarily or permanently, depends on the person, the situation, and whether or not it can be resolved. Okay, for you, this again, you coming back to this anxiety, you knew something was off, you knew something wasn't right, you couldn't see, you had no physical evidence, which is probably why you kept quiet, just sitting and waiting and biding your time. But this person, this group, or this situation would continue to try and get in your head and throw you off. They underestimated. You may be someone that does suffer with depression and anxiety, or did in the, I'm not going to say you did in the past, because it's kind of one of those things that it doesn't necessarily go away, but you, with enough work and finding the right things for you, you can manage it and you can push through it. And I feel like there was a situation where you were down, you were upset, things weren't, things were a little bit chaotic. You had some sort of celebration or something, ceremony going on, some sort of milestone where there's something that needed a lot of organising. And instead of stepping up with the green as well, it could also be your health. But there was something going on where this person or this group of people tried to take advantage of that. So it's kind of a kick you whilst you were down energy. Somebody knew that you had depression and anxiety and mental health issues. We all have mental health. It's just whether or not it's good or bad, and it ranges from day to day. There's no shame with that. But somebody took advantage of your health or your mental, emotional well-being. Somebody may have taken for granted your kindness and seen it as a weakness. Okay, someone perceived you as being weak. Maybe you're quite emotional, quite passionate, and somebody took advantage of that and tried to basically manipulate you into reacting in a certain way. But what they didn't realize is how healed you actually are, how much healing and how much work you've done on yourself, and like your mind was stronger than they gave you credit for. Okay, you had more control over your emotional reactions. You don't react, you respond. You had more control over that than they gave you credit for. And I feel like you distanced yourself, and the fact that you distanced themselves kind of embarrassed them. I'm literally seeing like a person surrounded by a group of people, kind of being all like cocky, look at me, I'm great. Kind of 1 minute like you're there, looking them face to face, having a conversation with them, and then the next minute you're looking at them and you're like over the other side of you're like looking at them from across the playground or the room, whatever this may be, and because you've sussed something isn't right and you've distanced yourself. But whatever they went around telling other people, they were revealing who they were. And the thing is, these people, it feels like this person is now not around, or this group of people have now distanced themselves from this other person, and they're now seeing that what they were told and led to believe is not true. That it's not true, and that they're also feeling betrayed and set up. Yeah, someone was being really sneaky. Someone thought they were being sneaky, but can you see how that moon is illuminating them? They're trying to move in the darkness, but the moon's illuminating them. They thought they were being clever, that they were being sneaky, and that you didn't know what was going on, and that the people around them didn't know what was going on. But I feel like there were people, not only did you feel like something was off, but the people around them felt like something was off, but no one was speaking up. So they think they got away with it. But some sort of truth, some sort of clarity has been given to everybody in this situation about this sneaky person and what they were doing behind the scenes. What they were doing. Some people may now be aware of the intention behind it, but either way, there's a lot of people feeling betrayed, hurt, and set up by this person that was trying to set you up. It ultimately was an attack on you. They were trying to turn everyone against you. I'm hearing pick me. They didn't want people to prefer you over them. They may have tried to say that you were being sneaky and that basically you weren't who you said you were. We have the Lovers here. They may also have said that you weren't, like your relationship maybe with a partner, if you have one, your relationship with yourself, with a partner, with other people. If this is a school setting, you may have a child in this school setting that your relationship wasn't as perfect as it was being portrayed. Okay, and that might be what triggered this person. On the bottom of the deck, again, we have Nine of Pentacles. Somebody didn't like that you were happy and peaceful. Someone was sneaky. This person gets off on chaotic energy or creating chaos in other people's lives because it helps them to disassociate with what's going on in their lives. Okay, we have Page of Swords. This person was feeding information back to everyone, including you, about, like, it's like turning everybody against each other's. I'm seeing someone like throwing a grenade in and then walking off. But this person was gathering information about you and then taking that back to this group. But when they took it back, they were kind of twisting it into something it wasn't. But they were also feeding you information, false information, basically. Either way, it was false information, because if you take something that's true and you twist it into something that's not true, it's still false information. It may be based in some sort of truth, but it's not. It's still false because you're not telling the complete truth. This person did not tell the truth. They were twisting. On the bottom of the deck, we have Death and Rebirth. Transmuting, transforming. They were transforming the truth. They were twisting the truth. They were trying to cause problems in your relationships, whether this just be with your relationship with yourself, this be with your work family, whether this be with your children, your partner, whether or not this be your relationship with, like, if you have a child at school, you know, if you had a good rapport with the school and your relationship with the teachers was good, somebody within that setting, in a leadership role, didn't like it. They tried to destroy your relationships because they thought that is what would bring you down. Knight of Swords. I don't know why that's come out. I'm not really getting anything off of that. And the Eight of Wands. Oh, okay. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. This person, literally, I'm seeing someone pulling a pin, throwing the grenade, and then running off, getting away quickly before they get caught up in it. Heard retired. Somebody may have set something in motion, and then when it started to backfire on them, they handed in their notice to quit, or they handed in their notice of retirement or something like that. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. I nearly said ducks. Okay, somebody thought they had all their ducks in a row and that they had it all planned out and that the plan was going to be executed perfectly. Something went wrong, and that was in your reaction. You didn't react in the way they thought you would, or they wanted you to do. And when they realised that you weren't reacting, somebody kind of went, oh, I'm out of here. And they changed their tune and just sort of, for some of you, this person upped and left completely. For others, they kind of turned around in what they were saying about you and started saying the complete opposite. So if they were trying to put you down or say that, you know, talk about you in a negative way, they suddenly changed their tune when they realised that they weren't going to get what they wanted out of this situation. That they're now singing your praises, okay? But people aren't buoying it. People aren't buying it, okay? For others, depending on the situation, somebody handed in a notice to quit or a notice to retire, because I heard retire. So when it all started to go tits up for them, and they weren't getting the reaction out that they wanted to, and people were starting to question, and they felt like they were going to be exposed for lying. They may have even been exposed for lying, and somebody caught on. So, you know, when someone's given a choice, you can either quit or we're going to sack you. There's that kind of energy coming through. And instead of this person saying, okay, I'm going to quit, they then, oh, okay, I'm going to retire. I think it's time for me to retire. Somebody caught onto something. Somebody's covering something. Someone or a setting, a community are covering up for this person. But somebody, literally, I'm seeing someone pull the pin out of a grenade and then throw the grenade and run off. And it's almost like they're running off giggling until they realise that they didn't get far enough away from the grenade, because this is all going to come back on them. You can run, but if you've got as far as you like, but that shrapnel you put out, it's going to come back. Whatever you put out is going to come back, and that shrapnel is coming back. It's going to come back at some point. You're not going to escape it, no matter how far you run. And I feel like maybe that person is starting to realise now that they shouldn't have come up against you, that they came up against. Someone saw how protected you were. Something happened. We have the star. Yeah, you're a star. You're a star. 2 of Pentacles. This person was trying to cause chaos in your life and ended up causing chaos in their own. This person, yeah, definitely. On the bottom of the deck, we have count your blessings, gratitude, you're blessed. Somebody realised how protected you are, that you are a star, and that you are who you say you are. And when they realise that, there is something big happened, something you may not be aware of, but they were shown who you were. They were shown who you were. And when they were shown who you were, they couldn't get away quick enough. Spiritual support. You are supported. You are protected. Dear angels, I allow you to support me as I grow to become more spiritually aware. Someone, synchronicity. Thank you, angels. I trust your well-timed guidance and signs. This person was shown clearly who you were and how protected you are. Somebody you did something, or you said something. You did something or said something. Somebody saw it as you being threatening. Spiritual abundance. We have abundance again. Abundance and prosperity kind of mean the same sort of thing to me. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Spiritual abundance. Thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance. Somebody tried to take something physical from you, but something... They were shown that you're, whatever it is that makes you abundant, whatever it is that makes you happy, doesn't come from the outside. That you, everything that you need, everything you have is on the inside. They can take away whatever they like, But also, on the same thing, that they can't take away what is meant for you. They couldn't stop you. Whatever this is, they couldn't stop something. They couldn't stop something. Open your heart. Archangel Chamuel. Thank you, Chamuel, for removing the barriers around my heart. They tried to create some sort of barrier. They may have told people that you're really cold, you're really heartless, that you don't give a crap about the people in your life, your relationships, that you're controlling, that you're manipulative, but the people around them are not seeing this. On the bottom of the deck we have connect with music. Thank you, angels, for inspiring me through music. This is, people are seeing who you really are. Yeah. You took a step back. You took a step back and you basically just focused on yourself and didn't give a shit whether people liked you or not. There was a situation and you may have said that you don't care whether you're liked or not, but you're going to do the right thing. You're going to stand in your truth and your integrity. And this person kind of laughed at you because they are someone that validates themselves by how popular they are on the outside. They wanted to take this away from you because they thought if you weren't popular, that, you know, that they would be more successful, that if they could get everyone's attention away from you. They may have been trying to get the attention of your partner away from you, not because they wanted him, they just wanted to say that they could. Maybe they didn't like the way that your partner looked at you or looks at you. Maybe they didn't like the way that you interacted with your child or your children, how other people not just those close personal relationships, but you kind of like when you walk into the room or you walk into a setting, it's kind of like all eyes on you. You just have this vibe, this energy. Your aura is very magnetic and people can't help but stare. This person didn't like it because they couldn't see what was special about you. And that's because they can't see, they lack self-love and self-awareness, and unfortunately sometimes unhealed people hurt others. Hurt people hurt others. Not always. That's not always the case. There are people that have been unhealed and have been hurt that wouldn't think of hurting someone else. Okay, there's two sides of that. You are the person that wouldn't go around hurting anyone just for the sake of hurting it. This person is kind of, I was about to say psychotic, but it's not the word I was looking for. What's the word I'm looking for? When someone gets off on kind of like masochist, sadist, masochist, that type of energy, like they get off on seeing others hurt and in pain. And this is what this person did, but they didn't. Something happened. Something happened, and I can see something that happened, but it's not clear. So that is information that Spirit don't want to hand out right now. Despite the fact that I keep asking them to show me, they keep telling me no. That's going to be revealed in time. So there's more information to this situation to come. Okay, the depths that this person went to, their true intentions with regards to this and how far they went is going to be revealed. And I do feel that there is someone who already knows, and this person could be coming to you with that information. All right, I feel like I want to get some more cards. Just get some more information, please, Spirit, with regards to this situation, what you want us to know. We the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. This could be, I said family, this could be your mother. You could be a mother. This could be to do, like I said, for some of you, this is to do with a school setting between you, the school, and something to do with your child. Trust the timing, trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Something, this is just telling me to trust your intuition. You already know what this is, okay? But trust and have faith that when the time is right, the full extent of what this person has done behind the scenes is going to be revealed. And I don't feel like you're the only one they've done it to. Double mission. Light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. Like I said, you are a star. And you knew, whatever this situation was, yeah, you knew that by focusing on you, filling your own cup, maintaining your peace and equilibrium, that what you were putting out in the world would come back to you, and that this situation would resolve itself. So you may have handed this over to spirit. On the bottom of the deck, we have weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. This person was trying to create chaos in your life that didn't need to be there. You handed it over to spirit. You're like, this is not my problem. I'm going to hand this over. Or I've done what I can do in this situation. Tag, you're it. And you gave it over to the universe. And in doing that, that's what's helping to reveal what this person has done, and it's what created this person to run for the hills. Okay, they've up sticks and left, or they've, if they haven't physically left, they've disconnected from the situation and they're blaming others. They're trying to put it on others. Because other people aren't listening when they're trying to blame you. They may now be saying it's other people. Right, Archangel Michael, is there anything else that you'd like us to know? Or any advice or guidance with regards to moving forward with this situation, please? Thank you. Ask Archangel Michael to help you with this situation. Archangel Michael, thank you for assisting me with, and then you describe the situation. Please help me be filled with faith and peace at all times. You may, and I did say boy, but I didn't mean earlier, but I didn't mean boy as in a male. I saw the word boy, B-U-O-Y, as in boy your faith. Archangel Michael, ask if you're going through this situation now, or you've got information that is coming to light with regards to this situation from the past, and you're struggling to come to terms with the information that's coming out because maybe you're feeling a little bit betrayed, maybe you're feeling a little bit revengeful, and that's okay. All feelings are valid. That doesn't mean you're acting on it, okay? Ask Archangel Michael just to buoy your faith that the situation is being handled by spirit, and it's being handled in a way that is going to serve everybody, okay? But this situation, I feel like there is a situation where you disconnected and you just sort of handed it over to spirit, and spirit, like, that's when you did that, they revealed to this person just who you are, or they revealed this person to someone else who they were using as a vessel to act as your earthly protection. Does that make sense? For some, I actually feel that an angel came down in physical form for like the day or something to protect you from something, okay? From Archangel Michael, you're on the right path. Archangel Michael. It may even have been Archangel Michael, because I don't normally read from Archangel Michael. So either Archangel Michael sent someone to protect you because he is the angel of protection, or he came himself. Okay? And he doesn't just come down for anybody. Okay? So you're a star. Because he could quite easily send anyone of his army. But if he comes down himself, then somebody's really effed up. Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. Thank you for giving me loud and clear guidance that I can easily understand. Thank you for motivating me and filling me with the courage and confidence to make healthful life changes. I'm going to take this as confirmation that whatever I was saying as this card came out is correct. That this person was shown, they were given a clear sign about who you actually are, or that they were revealed to someone. Their mask slipped when they were talking to someone, and this person basically told them, for some of them it was literally a case of, you can leave quietly or I'm going to fire you. And for some of you, this person literally just kind of went, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll go quietly, but we're gonna. So it was basically covered up as like some sort of retirement, or, oh, I've got a new job. That actually this person was given an ultimatum, like, you go now or you walk. You go now, or you're going to force my hand and I'm going to force you out. For others of you, this feels like, if this is like a family situation, what I'm being shown is that whoever this is within a family setting is being told, you go and apologise, you go and put it right, or we want nothing to do with you. Because you've dragged us into something that was unnecessary. You took it too far. It didn't need to go that far. This was petty. It was stupid. Why would you lie about something so silly? So someone but this person feels like they're refusing to apologise. Someone owes you an apology, but they're refusing. Because they can't face you. Because if they face you, then they're admitting what they did was wrong. If they apologise, they're admitting what they did was wrong. Focus upon divine and perfect health. God and Archangel Michael, thank you for continuously reminding me to focus upon perfect health and for guiding my actions so that they support my well-being. This is confirmation about this health issue I was saying earlier, where they kicked you when you were down. They weren't there for you. They made it about them. And for some of you, with regards to like your mental health and your anxiety, where somebody tried to use it against you, someone saw it as a weakness and a way to control you, but you don't view your mental health as a weakness. That's your strength. Your weaknesses are your strengths. You turn your weaknesses into strength. You use them to motivate you to keep going. And this is the thing I'm hearing. I get knocked down, I get up again. You get knocked down 8 times, you get back up 9. You get knocked down 20 times, you get back up 21. Okay? That's what this person underestimated. They thought they could knock you down and make you disappear. On the bottom of the deck, we have, your home is protected by angels. Archangel Michael, thank you for watching over my home and its inhabitants. I ask that you post guardian angels at each window and door, ensuring its security. Thank you for guiding my finances so that I can easily afford to pay my rent, mortgage, or taxes. Someone definitely tried to interfere with your money and finances. They may have been trying to gain some sort of control over them, or they thought that they had information about you. This could be with regards to your reputation as well. Maybe you don't have a job, or they didn't know you had a job. I mean, all I'm hearing is, what's it got to do with them? Maybe you weren't vocal about having a job, or they were jealous of your job, okay? There's something to do around a job and misinformation with regards to your job. There's also something about that this person or somebody was given misinformation about you, and instead of clarifying it with you, they just ran with the information that they were given, and now they just look like a complete fool. But somebody tried to use your mental health and anxiety against you, and it didn't pay off. It didn't pay off because you're stronger than people give you credit for. You may be somebody who's quite small. You don't have to be, but you basically, the energy that you give off is quite placid, quite soft, quite gentle, very nurturing, very compassionate, very understanding, very emotional. So people might see you're emotional. You're very open with your emotions, and people see that as a weakness. We have the heart here. The what does it say? Open your heart. You may have a very open heart chakra. Like, you're open and you're free with your emotions, and people see that as a weakness. And there are some people out there that are going to allow you to open and be free with your emotions because they think that they can easily manipulate you, that because you're open and free with your emotions, that you're automatically, easier to manipulate. But they've not met someone like you before who is so open and free with their emotions, but is also not going to allow themselves to be taken advantage of. This person tried to take advantage of you, of your mental health. So you may have shared something with this person. This may be somebody, I mean, I feel like you're quite free and you're quite open because you have no shame or guilt around anything like that. You're not somebody who sees any topic, any subject as taboo. You're going to talk about anything and everything, and you're not talking about it from a place of judgment or shame. You're talking about it to bring awareness. You're talking about it because you're trying to help others release the judgment and the shame around them. So you may be open and free with the fact that you have suffered with depression and mental health issues in the past, or somebody told this person about your mental health issues. Maybe you didn't tell them, maybe someone else did. Like I said, for some of these people, they've been given information and they've run with it, okay? But whoever's given this information, or whoever's got this information on you, is using your past against you, basically. You're not there. You don't live in the past, you live in the present, and you've done so much healing. You're not that person anymore. But the thing is like, because this person may not have seen you do the healing, they've assumed that you're not healed and that you're the one wearing a mask, but actually they're the one wearing a mask. We have, I soothe away anxiety and stress by choosing to do things that help me relax. Absolutely. Do something to release your stress if you're feeling stressed. Somebody is trying to send you chaos magic. This person may be trying to send chaos magic or chaos energy into your life now because they're getting exposed. Because they thought they'd got away with it. They were sneaky. They thought they'd got away with it by distancing themselves. And they haven't. So now they're like panicking and like, what can I do? So they're sending more of that energy towards you. And it's just going to continue to backfire. We have, it is easy for me to attract all that I need into my life. I do this by relaxing and trusting that things are going to work out perfectly. I have confidence in myself. I am ready for everything that life offers me. Absolutely. So Spirit are really reiterating the need to do something to relax, okay? Make sure that you're taking care of your spiritual health. Make sure that you're you're doing whatever it is that you do to protect your energy, up your boundaries at this time. Be very, very careful who and what you are listening to, who you are surrounding yourself with, and what energies you are allowing in. On the bottom of the deck, the more I trust in life, the better things turn out. Your life is abundant because you trust and have faith in the stuff that you can't see, and that's what this person underestimated. They were looking at things from a physical standing, you're looking at things from a spiritual, and your strength and everything that comes from within, that you have, has come from within you. You've given that energy out. You've manifested whatever it is that's going well in your life, your celebrations, your achievements. You've manifested them. This person feels like the universe is against them, that they're so hard done by, that, you know, everything's going wrong, but they're not realizing or taking accountability for the fact that it's the energy that they are putting out into the world that is coming back to them. The victim mentality that they hold themselves in. Oh, this isn't manifesting for me, because on some level, or I'm never going to have that, I'm never going to have this, that is victim mentality. It's a lack mindset. And there are some people that, instead of trying to be inspired by others that are manifesting what they want and using that as a sign that those things are coming in for them, they will try to take it away from them. And that's what this person or this group of people tried to do for you. But I do feel that there is a group or groups that were roped in to coming against you or turning on you, that are now realizing that they've been played. But there is more information. So basically, both sides have been played by this one person. What Spirit have just shown me is that the missing information could be with regards to you and this group of people coming together to share information about what this person has told you with regards to who they are and what's going on where they are concerned, and like what they've been saying and doing with regards to you behind your back. Okay, that could be the last piece to the puzzle. And I'm seeing like a table and things being laid out on the table, and all the information being put on this table. You and a few people, a group of people, going through this information, kind of put it in order, working out together what's gone on, where things have gone wrong, and then like agreeing to learn from the past and move forward. So basically having a fresh start. Okay, now depending on what that situation is, depends on whether or not you can do that. Okay, that's going to be different for everybody, but that's what I'm seeing. Because for some of you, the fresh start may be to agree that you need to separate, that you need to I was going to say something paths, and I can't remember what the word is, what I wanted to say, but you need to go down separate paths, that you need, that the best thing to do to have a fresh start, that what's going to need to be happening is that actually you're going to need to go do it separately. Okay, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Okay, I hope this reading helps. I hope you were able to get some sort of clarity, or it could further clarify what your intuition is telling you. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Namaste.